Hi guys, it's Ross. This is just a personal vlog just to talk about what's going on in Ross World, if you want to call it that. And sort of videos that I'm thinking about making at the moment. Thoughts I've had on my camera while I've been taking it away. And it's generally a sort of unplanned video. I'm going to talk and see what happens. Scary, huh? Right. I'm going to talk about future videos to start off with. Right. I promised that I'll be doing reviews on this book and the other book which is over there on the shelf. I haven't got around to it because I think before I should do it, I should do some testing. But I haven't managed to do that because this is just to illustrate it. Before autumn, I went into a mad rush going around the garden trying to find every single herb I could. I grew quite a few. Anyway, I went around the garden trying to find every single herb I could, trying to sort of rectify anything I could because I realised I hadn't dried or preserved any herbs. I did it the year before and had quite a few herbs. I had, not quite a few, I think I had about 7 or 8 herbs. And I'd like to be honest, to be able to try it and sort of only rely on herbal remedies for colds and coughs and all that sort of stuff. This is my herb storage for the winter. Rosemary. Lavender. That's all I've got. So, I've been trying to work. It's alright having these books. It's alright reading all this stuff. But if you haven't got the herbs, there's absolutely no point. But I plan to order some herbs, some herb seeds. I've got loads of pots in the garden ready, and I've sourced out the soil so the frost can sort of break it down. So I plan to be growing loads of herbs, and I'll probably be doing some gardening videos as well, talking about how different herbs I'm growing. This is what I really feel interested in doing loads of videos on about, and this sort of stuff. I got this little book. It was £5, Psychic Powers, and I've been reading it when I was on holiday and when I was camping, and it's just unbelievably interesting. Some of the stuff in it is a bit freaky, and well, I wouldn't say freaky, strange, and some of the stuff slightly scary as well. Not scary as in scary, just sort of confusing. Wait, I was just reading this. Can't read this page for. Wait a minute. Sorry, just reading that. But anyway, very, very, very good. This is the sort of thing that I'm interested in talking about at the moment. Not so much psychic powers, it's just the thing that I grabbed to illustrate it. This is what's made me interested. I've always been interested, and really, really, really interested. And before I had a folder about that thick on all this different sort of weird and wonderful. It's not so much the spiritual side. This is interesting, but sort of like powers and energy places and that sort of kind of stuff, like places like Stonehenge and Glastonbury Tor, the Isle of Avalon, which is the same thing. But anyway, all those sorts of places. And what's really interested me in these things, because I'd sort of forgotten about it and ignored it for about 3 or 4 months. Hadn't really thought much about it because I hadn't had my mind on other things. And suddenly, a teacher said to me about, for a history project, we've got to write a 8,000 word essay on a history subject of our liking. Now, I've kind of twisted the general history thing, Tudors, Stuarts, and I think I've called it, what have I called it? Mythical places in the West Country. Now, it might not sound very interesting, but all of this thing, what you can cover in that subject, basically is, she didn't say the subject, she just said, choose whatever you want, write about whatever you want, as long as I've got, by the end of the term, a 8,000 word essay on my desk on some kind of history. So I've called it, the history of mythical places in the West Country. Now, it might, like I said before, it might not sound very interesting, but under this you can cover Stonehenge, the Isle of Avalon, Dragon's Hill, Salisbury Plains, all of these different different druid cave systems and stuff. It's just really interesting. It's got me back into this sort of woo-woo side of things, as Rick would say. But anyway, so that's what I feel really interested in doing at the moment. I also fancy doing some survival type videos, and I said before I probably wouldn't be doing any more survival type videos. But when I said that before, straight after thinking, I thought, well, there is a couple of videos I do want to make, and these videos will probably be coming sometime in the near future-ish. I want to go out with £5 in my pocket, go to a supermarket and see how much food I can buy, just to prove to people that they might think, oh no, well, I haven't got enough money to be storing food, blah 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 blah. I'm going to go and see how much food I can get for £5, just to prove, because I reckon I have got 6 months, not 6 months, sorry, I've got a 6 to 8 week food storage plan in at the moment. I've got that much food, and I reckon it's cost me £20–30. Like I said before in the video where I talked about where I tested what I ate. Well, no, I tested the food storage for a day. It's not brilliantly appetising, but it just proves that you can do it for a ridiculously low budget. And put it this way, I get £5 a week off my nan if I'm lucky. So if you're working and you still think that I can't do it, put it this way, you can do it, believe me. And you can accumulate. My food storage doesn't work on a principle of eat what you store and store what you eat. My principle is based on buy as much as possible for as cheap as possible, ram it in a cupboard, forget about it until you need it, and replace it if it goes out of date. Because it's that cheap, you can just do that. Also, I want to do a couple of videos on. I've been working a bit on my bug out system when I've had some free time. And I've sorted out a new shelter system. I'm going to talk about that. I've got a shelter system that's really compact. More compact than pretty much. It's you can use it as permanent shelter system, and it's more compact than anything I've seen on YouTube before. So I'm excited about showing you that and seeing what you think on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, like I said, definitely want to be doing some more of these. Another thing I'm just going to talk about. Lately, I watched a video on the Honest Guys channel, and I was watching them, and they were talking about. I went back years and years ago. I've probably seen it before because I was subscribed to them about 2 years ago when this video was put out. I probably watched it but didn't really think anything of it. Right. They were talking about it and they were saying, write down 6 things every day that you want to get complete. 6 to 10 things every day that you want to get complete. I've been testing it out since Sunday, I think. This is my 3rd day of doing it, and so far it's completely changed the way I'm going about and doing things. The way because I'm thinking, that's one of the things on the list. I've got to do it. Like, before I went away on holiday and before I watched this video, I used to struggle getting up in the morning to go to school. I used to struggle getting to school on time. I always used to get there on time, but quite literally run through the gate as the gate closed behind me. That was the kind of thing that was happening. Otherwise you have to walk through reception, you might get detention. That only happened once. And I've been waking up at this time thinking, I've been waking up at sort of 7ish and thinking, I'm going to lay here for 15 minutes and then I've got to get up because it's on my list. I've got to do this hours of homework because it's on my list. I've got to do this piece of homework because it's on my list. And it's not becoming so much of a chore, it's becoming quite fun. And another video is in the same series was to do with persevering with things, and persevering and keeping sticking with things. And I don't know why, I pretty much got up from watching that video, walked across the landing about 5 foot, got the stepladder, went in the loft, and for some unknown reason, I grabbed my keyboard. Now, I don't have a clue how to play keyboard. I bought this when I was about 8, and which was about, well, it was 8 years ago. No, it wasn't. Sorry, 6 years ago. Because me and my friends in primary school had this ridiculous idea that we were going to make a band and we were going to become famous. So I went out to Argos and I bought this keyboard. Had a go and decided that it was absolutely useless at it. Used about 5 times, stuck it in the loft and completely forgot about it. And I got it back down. Now, I'm going to stick with it. It's one of the things that I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with it. I tried the first time. I tried it on Sunday when I got it down. Tried it for about half an hour, 15 minutes, and I was absolutely awful. I couldn't get a hang of it at all. I'm not a very musical person. I don't brilliantly like music. I don't mind it, but I'm not interested in music to any great extent. I like older bands. I like the Rat Pack. I like who else do I like? I like Journey. I like Queen. I like all the sort of 80s sort of anything 80s and backwards I'm happy with, other than sort of hardcore rock music. But yeah, so I'm going to stick with it. I didn't do it yesterday because I was just too busy, but I'm going to have a go tonight. I'm probably going to do another video about how I'm getting on, but it's definitely something I want to stick with. I did it and I was absolutely useless. I thought I'm never going to do it again, and that's going back up in the loft. But then I thought about the video again that I watched, and I thought about what made me think this is, I was thinking about it on my holiday as well, and until I watched this video, it completely went. I was thinking about the piano, and there was a guy on the TV in France, because we had international channels as well, and this guy was playing the piano brilliantly, and I thought, if I don't start now, while I've still got quite a lot of space for absorbing things in my brain, I'm never gonna learn. Especially as I'm not a very musical person. If I don't start now, at a young age, I'm going to get to the age of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, maybe 90, and I'm going to regret not doing it. That's the kind of thing that's pushing me. But yeah, so I'm having a go at that. Anyway, this video's dragged on a lot longer. Hopefully you've got a sort of idea of videos. I said I was going to talk about this, but this is going to become another video now. And every other day on my list, I'm going to put make a YouTube video. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Make a YouTube video every other day. And one last thing that I'm asking you to do for me is, if I say, let's just pick something. Right, let's merely try. So I'm making a video now, which I am. So I make a video, and I say, right, this mini right, and I'm filming on this mini tripod now at the moment with my camera. I'm going to do a video about my camera setup and different lighting aspects I use, and how I film my videos at the moment. If you've got any tips to do it, and I complete it's like a week later, or yeah, a week later, and I haven't done it. Remind me, get on my case today. I won't take it as rude at all or anything. Just say, don't forget that you said you'll do that video on your camera setup. I actually want to make a video on my camera setup now. But anyway, that's basically it. Because otherwise, I forget completely. I completely forget what I was going to go on about. Like, I might be thinking, oh, that's a brilliant idea to make a video about that knife. I shouldn't say it really, thinking, sounds, it's hard to comprehend. I'm making a video now, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, there's a camera tripod, and I'm going to make a video later on about a camera tripod and different the camera setup I'm using at the moment, and then I completely forget, and you might be waiting for that video, but it's not going to come because I've completely forgotten. I might go away, go downstairs, make a cup of tea, come back upstairs, and I've completely forgotten what I said in that video. So if I do say something, just please remind me. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a nice rest of the day. And thank you for bearing with me for 50 minutes and 56 seconds.